Hi, and thanks for visiting my channel. Today we're going to be doing a couple of drawings of 4 characters from the Star Wars High Republic. This is probably some old news, but I wanted to see if it would be fun to draw these characters. And well, was it fun? Well, I'll tell you at the end of the video. So, um, give you an idea of what the video is. It's a time lapse made by Procreate, and I sped it up slightly so we could fit it all in a short amount of time. I didn't think anybody would want to watch this kind of stuff for more than 15 or 20 minutes. So we're going to start off with Var Chris. So first of all, I didn't like her stance. So look at her. I mean, she kind of looks like she's holding a baseball bat at her hip. And it didn't really look like a woman, kind of looks like a man. I mean, I don't know. So I kind of wanted to go with a little bit more of a dramatic pose, something that I thought would be inspiring since she was the best of the best. So I thought Luke Skywalker or She-Ra. And of course, you can kind of see where I'm going with the sketch. So I started thinking this is about what I wanted and started to detail it out. I have this really bad habit to where I'll start detailing something out. I'll be like, I don't like it. And I'll turn it into a really light opacity. And then I sketch over it. And sometimes it'll be different. Sometimes it'll be slightly the same. Which means I'll draw the same thing over and over about 15 times until I get what I envision down. I've seen a lot of videos where they do it in one try. I'm just not there yet. However, when I do get where I'm satisfied, I'm usually really satisfied with the outcome. In this particular case, I felt like the costumes were like too simple, but there was too much detail in the simplicity. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like the robe had a tabard on it that was just weird. It was like a bronze with some gold trim that was you could tell there was a bunch of it, but it was kind of hard to see in that little image. So there is where I'm talking about how I completely started over and resketched it because I just didn't like the form I was making. I like to try to have her look like she was really stretching into it. So I don't know. In your opinion, from the earlier shot to this new version, what do you think was better? Did you like the form of this one better or the form of the other one? Do you think the proportions were better for the first one other than this one? I felt her head was too small in the other one, and she was losing a little bit of that feminine features. Yeah, I'm not saying she had to be voluptuous. I just think she should have some she should look like a woman. I mean, like if you think about Wonder Woman and how they draw her, she has wider shoulders, a little bit longer than normal women, but she still has curves and she still has features that make her very attractive. I'm not saying like attractive and want to go out with Wonder Woman cartoon. No, I'm just saying like the drawing, it's still very pretty to look at. It's appealing, it's nice. Even the character, the way they draw in the comics is nice. I mean, if they drew her shoulders too far in or not big enough, she would start to look very frail. And if you overdid the muscles, then she would start to look very brutish, and in some cases I guess it could work. There's a lot of fun characters that are like that, most of them in anime. Yeah. Anyway, before I put my foot in my mouth, or if I already have, I don't want to go any further. um, but yeah, I just felt like this was a little bit more fitting for the Jedi Supreme lady of that time, or the Valiant, and yeah, that's basically what I got out of her description. She was kind of like the best, and then this was her partner, that together they were like super awesome. But then that's pretty much all they really talk about him, and that he was in an outpost and became a teacher. Um, so his lightsaber had a hilt, had some weird like guard on it, which I was thinking, why would they have that unless some lasers come out of it? But the way I saw in that lightsaber, it didn't. But I gave a little twist to it because I thought it would be cool if they had like extra emitters or boosters that made the blade wider, so it looked like like a giant broadsword. Why not, right? That'd be kind of fun. I also was trying to make it look like he pulled the lightsaber from his waist to his hand, and it was coming. He was about to grab it with his hand, but it didn't really. It looks like he let go of it. I don't. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I should think a little bit more when I'm sketching out these things. That's what happens when you start looking at your artwork after the fact, and then you start overlaying an audio voice over your video, or my video. I shouldn't say yours. I mean, I should talk in the me present. Things I need to work on. Yep, self-improvement all the time. Anyhow. So, yeah, I felt like the costume for him was okay. I could still lose the tabard. I don't know. They all have this like weird ninja sash thing over their face kind of thing. I don't know what that's all about. If that's how the cape is supposed to wrap around, or the cloak is supposed to wrap around them, and it gives them this weird super collar that could also dub as a hood. Yeah, and I really didn't understand why the guy had a cup holder, like a koozie on his side. Maybe it's for scrolls, or he likes to collect rocks. That's what I was thinking, collecting rocks. Yeah, I did have fun drawing this pose for this guy. I kind of thought, I was thinking about a bunch of different things, like how would you move something with telekinesis, or like how does something intimidating. So I was thinking a little bit of Magneto, and when has his hand out and he's moving things, just trying to give a little bit more of a dramatic effect with that character. Who knows? So this was the Padawan. I don't know how I started trying different poses, and I ended up thinking about the Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back when he was training with Yoda. So I kind of posed her based off of that. The great thing about Procreate is you can highlight areas and move them around. So I kind of puppeted her to give her this kind of arch and a little bit more of balanced look from the earlier sketch. So you might have saw that while it was being first built. In this, I kind of also had her lifting rocks, but then I had her pull the lightsaber apart using the force, and was gonna probably have her put it back together. But yeah, I'm not actually gonna animate that out. No, I'm too lazy for that. Uh, I hardly ever color my stuff. I usually like to just pencil it and ink it, and that's it. Uh, when I have some extra time, I'll color. I just I feel like sometimes I'm lacking in that skill, which should make me to push outside my comfort and do more color. So I guess that's another goal I'll have to set for myself, is practice finishing with color. Um, if you'll watch some of the other videos, I'll have some with color, some without, and they're colored differently, and some are flat, some are three-tone, some have gradients. I'm not a fan of gradients, but I try. Lately, I've been using this flat brush, on Procreate, that I really like. It's like a pencil brush. It's nice. It works well with blending, and then back to hatching. Still gives that very sketch feel. So now we're on this guy. I kind of let the name pass ahead without even remembering what his name was. I do remember he was supposed to also be a teacher and a little bit of the wise and kind. So, yeah, I always draw the person's build underneath the clothes to try to kind of get an idea of how the clothes are going to hang around and form around the body. Is it too much detail? Probably. Could I lose that step? Most likely. Why I do it, I don't know. Force of habit, you know. Yeah, so again, if you have any comments about these characters, let me know. If you're interested in actually downloading any of these pictures, you can always go to my Facebook. I believe it's I love to draw comics, or on my Instagram, which is at Lucas D Vega, at Lucas D Vega 78. That's what it was. Sorry, little nervous. Not used to recording on video. I tried it a few times on Instagram TV, and I stumble throughout all of these things. So again, here I am stumbling. But back to talking about this character. I had more fun drawing that little Jedi scroll than drawing this guy's costume. I felt he was walking around in his robes, like he just got out of bed. I didn't think it was he didn't feel very fun to draw. He was like a mage. It didn't feel like Star Wars. So I don't know how to props on these, to give any props on it. I didn't have fun really drawing any of the characters. Maybe that the guy with the broadsword, I thought he was okay, but yeah, I have some redesigns on these characters that I had did, and I'll eventually repost them. I don't know if I'll do it within this week or in a couple of days. I have a couple other videos I'm going to be posting. One is a rework of an Instagram video I have uploaded with a monster hunter hunting a werewolf, and it's just that drawing I did probably 3 years ago on my iPad. Not this particular iPad, but another iPad, using Sketchbook. No, I did use Procreate on that one. But it was a while back, and it was still before I started applying some needed things, kind of like perspective. So anyhow, I consider this whole thing a big fail. What do you think? Do you like what I did? Did it look like they were a little more fun? I did not have fun drawing it. Thing about characters and movie stuff is I like to draw that stuff. I like to be inspired by it. Um, I, I thought Luke Skywalker's black suit was awesome. You know, I used to draw the standard Jedis. In fact, I have a bunch of my own created Jedi characters on the Instagram TV uploads that will be coming out, where I call it Jedi Outcasts, and it was based off some weird idea a couple of friends and I toyed around with back in the day. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you can like, subscribe, share, and please comment. Tell me what I should do. You know, take care. All right, bye.